guys, it's Brooke. Welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you haven't been here before. I hope you guys stay. So for today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys a really quick story, but I feel like it's very important and I feel like you guys can learn something from it. So I just want to tell you guys this story, especially with the summer coming and all the heat and the sun. It's very important, okay? So we're gonna just jump right into this story because there's really nothing else I need to say. Basically, a couple summers ago, me and my sister and my two cousins had this week-long sleepover where they came over and literally just slept over for an entire week. It was great. It was actually the best week of my life, besides for this one thing. So during the summers in New York, I don't know about where you guys are from, but here in New York, the summers range from between 80 degrees to like high 90s. Sometimes it's in the 70s, sometimes it rains, but a lot of the days are sunny and hot. And when it's hot out like that, everybody flees to the beach because the beach is the best place ever, and I love the beach. My cousins love the beach. My sister loves the beach. So this one day, my friend had invited us four to go to the beach with him and his friend to go surfing, but we weren't going to be surfing, so I guess they really invited us to watch them surf. But anyway, so they invited us to go to this beach and we're like, yeah, it's beautiful out. We want to get tan AF. Literally every summer, me and my cousin's only goal is to just get so ridiculously tan. And that has been the goal for years. So we go to the beach, and because we wanted to get really tan and we wanted to start off summer right, you know, we decided that we weren't going to wear sunblock. This is the worst idea ever, and if you guys ever think of doing this, or you do this, stop doing it, okay? Stop doing it. I used to never ever wear sunscreen. Honestly, I still don't wear sunscreen, but every time I think back to this, it reminds me of why I need to, because it is so bad for you. So we're like, you know what? We don't want to wear sunscreen. Like, we want to get really tan. So we're just not gonna put on sunscreen. Not realizing that it was so hot that even with sunscreen on, we still would have gotten tan. And I'm allergic to tanning oil, so I can't wear tanning oil. I also don't even think we had tanning oil, which is why they didn't put it on, but I'm allergic, so I couldn't put on tanning oil. And I'm allergic to some sunscreens. But so anyway, we go to this beach. And honestly, it was a hot day out, but it wasn't any different from what normal summers are. Like, it wasn't so hot that we were like having a heat stroke on the beach, you know? It was just a nice hot summer day. So we get to the beach pretty early and we are there for maybe 6 hours. We're laying down, tanning, we're going swimming, we are looking at all the hot lifeguards. We are just having a blast, And then my friend, his parents came to pick us all up and take us home. So being outside for that long, we hadn't realized how tan we actually got. And once we got in my friend's car, we're all looking at each other and we're like, oh my God, like we all got so tan. We are so dark. Wow, this is awesome. And then we get back to my house. And my dad was having a barbecue this day and he like invited a bunch of people over. A bunch of our family members were there and I invited a couple friends to come see us. And so we're all hanging out, and when we get back to my house, first we were all like, you know what, we're all gonna just like shower really quick. And tell me if I'm the only one, but like I never realized how tan I am until I'm actually in the shower and I'm like, oh God, like when did this happen? Wow, I'm really tan. So literally all of us did that and we all were like, wow, we're really tan. This is perfect. So then after we showered, we proceeded to go outside at the barbecue and stand outside for a couple hours. So not only were we now at the beach for 6 hours laying in the sun, 6 hours without sunblock on, but we are also now sitting outside, hanging out with all of our family in the sun. So I invite a couple of my friends over to hang out with us, and I remember this specifically, one of my friends going, oh my God, and like touching my shoulder and seeing it change color and being like, does that hurt? And I'm like, does what hurt? Like my tan? And they're like, no, you're like sunburnt. I was like, what? Me? Sunburnt? I never get sunburnt, ever. I don't know why. I just never get sunburnt. Up until this point, I had never had sunburn in my life. Literally, no exaggeration, never had sunburn. So a couple more hours goes by, whatever, we're chilling outside, doing whatever, and then it becomes nighttime. And that is where everything went wrong. So me, my cousins, and my sister are sitting in my room, and we literally couldn't sleep. As the night kept going on, the sunburn kept getting worse and worse. Here's the thing, when you're laying in the sun, you never realize how tan you are. Then you get out of the sun, you realize you're tan, and your skin is still tanning. So by the end of the night, you're tanner than when you came home from the beach. That's the thing. And so by the end of this night, we all were 10 times tanner than we had been coming home from the beach. And I remember all of us standing next to each other, taking a picture, like moving our straps to show our tan lines. It was so bad. And we were all red too. Like at this point we're lobsters, but we're also really, really tan. So it has to be like 1 in the morning. We're all up in my room, pacing back and forth because we literally can't sleep. Like we couldn't sleep. And we are also just in like screaming, excruciating pain. We couldn't sit down because it hurt to sit down. It hurt to even have clothes on. Like, I remember the feeling like someone was sticking needles in my skin when I had a shirt on, rubbing my shoulders. Oh my God, it was the worst pain ever. So then we all start like really not feeling good. Like, it's maybe 3 in the morning, we're still up, like pacing around, just like feeling really hot, really dehydrated, really dizzy. And we're all like, what's going on? Like, this is sunburn. I've never had sunburn before, so I didn't know what it was. So we decided to look up what was going on because for some reason we were not able to sleep and we just like didn't feel right. Okay, so we go online to see the symptoms of like sunburn or like why we're all like not being able to sleep. I'm feeling really weird. And it says that the symptoms of sunburn is a rash, but sun poisoning contains swelling, large blisters, a headache, which we all had, a fever, dizziness, nausea, we all were nauseous, we all were dizzy, rapid pulse and breathing, we literally kept pacing because we felt weird, we felt like we were gonna faint, it says fainting, and dehydration, we all were dehydrated. So we read fever. We get very confused by this. We all decide to take our temperatures and we are all running a fever. So now we're just a little bit nervous and we're like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, are we dying? So all of us call a hospital and we tell them exactly what happened. We told them we'd been in the sun for 6+ hours, we didn't have sunscreen on, our bodies are literally hurting, we have a fever, we just like all feel really sick and really weird and we cannot sleep. And this lady on the phone, this nurse that we're talking to, she goes, kids? We're like, yeah. She's like, my advice for you is to just come to the ER immediately. We're like, what? She's like, can you guys drive? We're like, no. She's like, do you need me to send an ambulance? We're like, no. She's like, all right, well, you promise me you're gonna wake your parents up right now and have them send you to the hospital to get looked at and to get taken care of. And we're all like, sure thing, lady. And we hang up the phone and start freaking out. So I'm like, do I wake up my mom? Do I tell her what's going on? Like, why is this happening? Like, how did we let ourselves do this to ourselves? So I wound up waking up my mom and she was like, I'll go get you guys aloe. And literally it did nothing, like at all. And she was like, just drink water and relax. And we're all just having panic attacks because this woman told us that like the symptoms we were having were so severe that like we needed to go to the hospital to be looked at, to make sure like we were okay, to get IVs put in us, to get hydration going through us. It was the scariest thing ever. And not only did this hurt us and keep us up all night, it lasted for a whole week. I remember using aloe like it was water. I would every day just aloe every 10 minutes and it would not really even help much, but it was just the worst pain ever, the worst pain ever. So I am telling this story because it is now summer and I want you all to be super, super cautious and super careful when you're going out in the sun these days. Wear sunscreen, wear tanning oil, do not get sun poisoning because it is the worst thing that will ever happen to you. I promise that. All right, so that was my quick little story for you guys today. I hope you guys listen to my advice. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe right down below. Help me get to 3,000 followers. I'm so close, and thank you all so much for those of you who have subscribed. Also, make sure you guys check out my main channel. It's in the description below. And if you guys want a shout out on this channel, go spam me on my Twitter and Instagram. They're linked in the description just like always, or they're also in the beginning of the video. Go follow me and spam me and I will shout you out on this channel. And yeah, stay safe in the sun and I will see you on Wednesday.